All right. Namaste and welcome, ladies, and good morning. Today's practice is about sparking joy. I almost said it's July. I'm in a hurry. It's June and summer, and June is about rejuvenation. It is about, well, there's a lot of solar energy. And can you believe it? I almost forgot that this is the month of International Day of Yoga. I almost forgot that completely, and with summer solstice. So there's a lot happening. It kind of happens around the 21st of June. So there's a lot happening this month, and it's a good time to, I guess, pretty much get out there and go after what you want, do the things that you want to do and the things that spark joy. And why is that important? Well, I think it's important to spark joy as much as you can because it attracts more joy. And why wouldn't we want more joy in our life? Right? So it's a pretty simple, straightforward thought process. Is it possible to always spark joy? No. Is it easy? No. But as with anything, I think the more we do it, the easier it can become, the easier we can find our way to that joy. So as you go through your days, your weeks, your months, your years, just start paying more attention to the things that make you feel happy, even if it's just for like a little fleeting moment, and just kind of like build a spark your joy box of things so that when those things happen that take you off course or out of that joyful feeling and emotion, you can lean into one of those things and don't worry about what it is. Don't let, I have a podcast coming out where we're going to be talking about the internal dialogue. And I referenced the whole devil angel scenario on your shoulders that like to talk you into things that you probably shouldn't do, or talk you out of things, or what have you. So there's a lot, sometimes we filter in or factor in opinions of other people that have nothing to do with our lived experience, but because they're maybe our friends or family or society or what have you, we hear their voices in our heads when we're making our choices. Forget about them and determine for yourself what makes you happy, regardless of how it may have an impact on them. Because really and truly, they're going to do what they need to do to make themselves happy, and they may not be considering yourself. And even if they are, that's great. That's good for them. But you need to make sure that you sift out all the white noise and can really discern what it is that makes you happy and sparks your joy. And hold on to that as much as you can, as often as you can. So that's what today's class is about. What do we need for props? Oh, as always, something block-like. I don't anticipate you needing any straps, but it's always good to have one nearby. Well, yes, we are going to do Twisted Monkey Lunge today. So if it's usually challenging to connect the hand to the foot when you reach back for it, then yes, definitely have a strap or something strap-like. So gather those things if you don't already have them close to you. And I'm going to go make my way to my mat, and I'm just going to try to do a little Zoom fun here. Let's see if I can do it. That's as much center stage as I can do. Let's see if my head is going to be chopped off a little bit. So let me move this back a bit, just so you don't lose my head. That help? I know, but I'm going to tip it up just a smidge. Right there. That should be perfect. Okay, good. All right. So come into a comfortable seated position. Sit however you want, as long as you are comfortable and your seat, you feel supported in your seat. Remember, what is it? Asanam. Oh gosh, I can't remember the Sanskrit phrase, but it speaks to your seat being steady and comfortable. So you want to make sure you have that. And take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Twice more. One more time for the power of 3. And then bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra at the heart space. And let's officially open our class with the sound of Om, the big yes to the universe and all that it has to offer us. The primordial sound of the creation of the universe, the amplifier of everything that comes after it. So Take a deep breath in, exhale it out, and then inhale and exhale for Om. Inhale, clear it out. Here we go, inhale. Yes, the sparking joy. You can open your eyes. So take your right hand or your right arm up, turn the palm up, and then tip the fingers down and move your arm out to the side. You're taking the arm back to the point where you feel the stretch through the chest, but you're not going to let the spine rotate. And then turn your head away to the opposite side. Spread the fingers out. See if you can take the hand back a little bit further and lower the fingertips down. Still looking over to the left. Well, I didn't say which hand, but I'm working with my right hand right now. Good. Turn the head back, pick the arm up, and bring it back to the front, and release. Second one. So externally rotate through the shoulder, palm is facing up, tip the fingers down, and then open up to the side. Ooh, turn the head to the right. You're working with the left hand and arm. And then take it further back and down. Press the fingertips down into the ground. Good. Turn the head back. Bring the arm up and back. So now we're going to take both arms out. We're going to tip the fingers down and then bring them towards the shoulders like this. And again, and then take them back. So this is a bit of nerve flossing. Picked up this little tidbit from, oh my God, what is her name? Her name is Jen. Yeah. Good. And up. Really? These cats. Good. The next time you bring your hands behind you, you're going to keep them back there. And if you can get the palms down and lean into them, press the fingers. So imagine you're in a downward dog, you want to root that index knuckle, continue to spin the external rotate through the shoulders, feel the shoulder blades press onto the back of the heart, lift the chest up, draw the front ribs in, draw the navel in, lift the gaze. So you're in a bit of a back bend here. Lengthen the sides of the neck, draw the chin back. And then lift up and release. Just circle out. And unless you have a cat in front of you, lying down, making yourself comfortable, come onto your hands and knees. Take your body through a few rounds of cat and cows, progressing into the cobra primers. Excuse me, Sadie. So just to refresh your memory, the cobra primer is when you go into that back bend, but you're not going all the way down into your chaturanga. Moving with the breath. And begin to add them in. Slight bend of the elbows, lengthen the spine. So think of cow pose and chaturanga combined in a way. Let's do one more. And then go ahead and come all the way up into Adho Mukha, your downward facing dog. Hold downward dog for a moment, just to give yourself an opportunity to really set it up. Legs nice and long, hips distance, or maybe a little bit wider. Hands are really clawing into the mat. You can feel the shoulder blades on the back of the heart. Biceps are spinning more upwards. Take the hips up and press them back and down. Really open up the back of the legs. Maintain a slight bend, super slight, not a big bend, just enough to keep a little bit of traction on those hamstrings. So they're not only just stretching all the way out, but getting a bit of strength as well. And then go ahead and sweep your right leg up for three-legged dog. Push down into your left hand a little bit more when you pick the right leg up. Keep it lifting up from the inner thigh and shift forward into a three-legged plank. Come back up into your three-legged dog. We'll do this twice more. Shift forward, keep lifting up. Shoulders move over the wrist. And back. Once more. Then come back up into three-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Draw it into your chest and step the right foot through. Rest your left knee down. Come up, palms face up. Flex, reach the arms up, and then take the left hand back to either the hamstring, the calf, or the heel. You can, if you want to get a little fancy here, pick up the front heel. Pull your feet towards each other for a little bit of stability or a bit more stability. Lift the heart up. Take a big breath in and then exhale. Lower the front heel if you chose to pick it up and bring the right arm on the inside of your right side. Push the inner knee into the tricep and the tricep into the inner knee. Take a big breath in. You can take your left thumb to that inseam of the right wrist. Trace it up to the armpit, across the collarbone, and open up into an open twist. You can keep your gaze looking down at your right hand, or if it feels okay in your neck, you can look up towards your left thumb. Draw the right hip back and squeeze into the center. Big breath in. Exhale, circle the left hand down by the right. Pick up your left knee and turn the face alongside of your mat, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. Parallel your feet and ground them. Maintain that slight bend to the knees. Hug your outer shins in. Move the inner thighs back and away from each other. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, lengthen here, and exhale, keep all that length and fold. You can lower your hands to rest or take the hands back behind you and press the palms down. You can be up on fingertips here. Move the shoulders away from the ears. So if you're up on the fingertips with the hands further back, just really claw them into the mat. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Release and walk the hands back. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Turn back to the front of your mat and step it back into Adho Mukha. Pause here for a round of breath, and then we'll go on to the second side. So reset yourself, round your hands, spread that weight out equally. Go ahead and sweep your left leg up, push down into the right hand a little bit more. Keep lifting up from the inner thigh as you move forward into that three-legged plank. So it's really high three-legged plank. It's almost like a three-legged dog. And then back up again. Slight bend to the right knee, shift forward. Squeeze the leg muscles. One more. Reach up, three-legged dog. Shift forward into that high three-legged plank. Come back up into three-legged dog. And I'll go ahead, bend the left knee and step the left foot through. Right knee rest. Ooh. Rise up. And go ahead and take the right hand behind so you can go about it this way. Reach back to the hamstring, the calf, or the heel. Push down into your left foot, pick up the heel, pull the feet towards each other. Spin the heart forward and up. Big breath in. Spark joy. What makes you happy? What makes you feel good inside and out? And then slowly release. Left hand comes on the inside, right thumb to left inner crease of the wrist. Big breath in. Trace the thumb up to the armpit. And exhale, open up into your twist. Shoulders are drawing towards each other, shoulder blades, moving down towards the hip. Turn your head to look to the thumb or keep looking down. One more breath in. Exhale, circle the right arm around and down. And then go ahead into your Prasarita on the second side. So spin once again to the long side of the mat. And this time we're going to take it into a functional forward fold. So you can use your blocks on your highest height for your hands. Feet parallel, same setup as before. Roll the inner thighs back. However, this time you're going to hinge your hips back as you shift all of your weight into your heels. You can pick your toes up and keep the big toe and baby toe mounds down. And walk your hands way forward so they're at their maximum length. And ground your finger pads into the earth, like you're clutching big gobs of dirt, if you will, or maybe something else that's a lot more pleasant. Keep rolling the inner thighs back as you hug the outer shins in. Feel the lengthening of the sides of the waist as well as your spine. Chin moves back. Full breath in, front, sides, and back of rib cage. The exhale, you can purse the lips and just slowly seep the air out while keeping the rib cage from deflating as you exhale. So keep hinging and reaching. Big breath in. Bigger breath out. Once more, inhale. Inhale all that joy. Exhale. And then shift forward, back into the four corners of your feet. Toes rest, walk your hands in. Go ahead and bend your left knee, turn to the front of your mat. Ground down into your left foot and step forward with the right into Uttanasana. Palms can come to shins. Lift up into your halfway lift, your Ardha Uttanasana. Keep all that length and exhale, fold once again. You can hinge up from here or bend your knees a whole lot more. Let your head drop and be super heavy, shoulders shrug to the ears. And tone the navel area, push down firmly into your legs and feet and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. It's really, feels really good. So this is one of the ways you can spark a little bit of joy. Because when that head finally lifts, there's, I don't know what it is, it's just this wonderful feeling of, take the arms up, big breath in, circle them around, reach up, palms meet above the head, and then exhale, bring it all into the heart space. That wonderful feeling. Fearless Heart Namaskar. We're going to do 2 rounds today, if time permits. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, lengthen it out. Exhale, left foot back, knee down. Inhale, rise up. On the exhalation, right hand to left wrist. And draw yourself up and over to the right. Come back through center on your next inhalation, switch the grip out and take it up and over to the left on the exhale. Inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, circle the arms around and take it back into downward facing dog. Shift forward into your plank. Rest your knees. Exhale into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up into Bhujangasana. And exhale, up and back into downward dog. Sweep the left leg up. Go ahead and step the left foot through. Right knee down, lift up into regular lunge, Anjaneyasana. Fingertips to the floor. Oh, wait a minute. Scrap that. Let's do our side bend. My bad. Left hand to right wrist. Big breath and lift up. And exhale, take it over to the left. Where did my head go? Come back through center. Switch it out. And up and over to the right. Get a little extra lunge in there. Fingertips to the floor and now step forward. My bad. Fold in. Lengthen it out. Choose to come up to Tadasana, whichever form feels super good to you, makes you feel good inside and out. Is it the hinge or is it the restacking of the spine one vertebra at a time? Reach out. Bring my hands to the heart. Let's go again. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back. Knee rest. Pat the knee up. Take a big breath in, rise up. And exhale, let's go into our side bend again. And take it up. I'm going to turn this way. Take it up, right hand to left wrist. Big breath and reach it up. And exhale, take the right hand down and come up and over. Inhale, come up. And exhale, up and over to the other side. Good. Come back up through center and I'll take it back into your downward dog. Inhale, ripple forward into your plank. Rest the knees, lower into your Chaturanga. Take it into up dog or cobra. And then exhale up and back. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Step it through. left knee down. Let's go into our seesaw of sort. Big breath in and come up and over. Right hand down, really opening up the left side of the body. Inhale up, pick it up and over. Doesn't matter if your hands don't touch the ground. Remember, my arms are super long. And I'll rest the hands down on the front of the mat, step forward. Hold in, lengthen it out. Hinge or uncurl the spine to come up. Tone the navel area when you're doing the curl up, if you are choosing that option. Reach the arms up. Let's go all the way back down. We're gonna go for it, 2 rounds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps back. Rest the knee. Big breath in. On the exhalation, take the left arm forward, right arm back, and turn over to the right arm. Stay here at shoulder height. Come back up on your inhale. Exhale to downward dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale and ripple forward into your plank. Lower into Chaturanga. Take your cobra. Exhale up and back. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Step it through. Right knee rests. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open up to the left. Good. Come back to the front on your inhale. And exhale, step forward. Just now, I thought Miko or one of the cats was moving because of my peripheral vision. I could see something moving. It was you. Lengthen it out. Exhale it in. Roll up our hinge. And the sweet thing with a hinge is you can bend the knees more, roll the shoulders back, really ground, and then really lift up. It's like you're really opening up yourself to all that joy. Bring it into the heart and take it all the way down again. Last one here. Right foot will be going back this time. Inhale, curl it forward. Exhale, right foot back. So inhale, come up, pick up that front heel. Exhale, open up to the left, but take the hand back now to the opposite heel and open up. Beautiful. Slowly cycle the hands down to the front of the mat and take it back. Ripple forward. Lower into your Chaturanga. Take it into your Bhujangasana. And press it up and back. Ooh, sorry, taking a moment there. Right leg lifts. Go ahead and step it through to the top of the mat. Rest the knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open up to the right. Take the right hand back to the left heel or I almost said tricep. Hamstring, you know the deal. And then curl the hands to the front and step forward. Hold in. Lengthen it out. Hold again. Curl or hinge. And draw it into the heart. Pause here. Come back to the breath. Take some water, wipe your brow. Continue to let the thoughts flow through your mind and the feelings that flow through your body of what brings you joy. What about your yoga practice brings you joy? And can you do more of it? Okay, so I'm going to face this way just to show you what we're going to do next. So this is a Krishna crescent with a twist. So you'll step your right foot back and bend both knees. So the shin of the right foot is going to press into the calf of the left leg. Okay, you have to really, then you hinge your hips back. So I'll show you sideways. You're going to take a big breath in. You're going to exhale and come up and over into the twist. So the right elbow is going to come up and over into the twist. So you're pushing that shin into the calf, full breath into the back of the heart, and then open up to the left. You got to keep the calf and the shin pressing into each other to help stabilize. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, slowly uncurl and come up. Step through. You got it? Left shin to the back of the right calf, big breath in. Exhale, sink into it a little bit more. Take a full breath in. And now exhale, take the left elbow up and over. So once you have your elbow in place, pull the left hip back a little bit, puff breath into the back of the body, and then spin open. Right elbow's more up. So if the right elbow is close to the side of the rib cage, move the elbow out to the side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more full breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Good. Back to the front of the mat, big breath in. Take the arms up, palms are facing forward. And then begin to spin. You can flex the wrist and spin the palms out and open. Draw the head of the arm bones back. And take your hands back to the inside of your thighs. Okay, so you're going to draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Spin them around and down and open up. Big breath in. And exhale, release, hinge from the hips. Lengthen the spine and come into your forward fold. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. Steady your dog. Sweep your right leg up for your three-legged dog. Keep lifting up from the right inner thigh and shift forward back into that three-legged plank we did before. Twice more. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, shift forward. Keep lifting up from the inner thigh. Once more. Big inhale, three-legged dog. This time, however, you're going to lift up into the three-legged plank. Hold it here, bend the right knee, so you're still in the three-legged plank, and then bring the right foot through. Oh, good. Go ahead and come on up, bend the back knee. Big breath in, exhale. Take that left hand back, so externally rotate. Take the left hand back to the inside of your left thigh, so the shoulder's opening up, and reach the right arm up. Squeeze into the center. Keep lifting up, sides of the throat back, shin back. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, come back up through the lunge. And exhale now, open up into your warrior two. Whew. I decided today I'm not going to turn on the fan. I'm going to let the sweat flow. Turn your right palm up. As you reverse your warrior, take your left hand around to, it may or may not get to the hip crease. It doesn't matter, just take it behind you so you're in a half bind or half bound reverse warrior. Stay strong in your legs, keep that front knee bent to any degree here. It could be a 60 degree, it could be 90. Pull your feet towards each other strongly. And really reach up towards the sky so you open up the right side of the body. And then slowly keep the half bind and bring your right hand this time into a half bound side angle, but bring it to the outside of your thigh and push the outer knee and the bicep into each other. Take a full breath in here. Maybe you can draw that left shoulder back a little bit more and spin open more. Think of that open twist we did before. This might not be sparking so much joy in you. So this is how now, when you find yourself in binds like this, pun intended, how do you find that joy? Take a breath in. On the exhalation, slowly straighten out your right knee to any degree and coming into a half bound triangle pose. Hand could be to a block. Good. On your next inhalation, come back up. Release the left arm, big breath in here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Sweep your right foot back. Come into a plank. Rest the knee and slowly lower all the way down onto you get to bypass chaturanga today. So take the legs a little bit wider than hip distance, just a smidge. And sweep the toes back and ground the tops of your feet, your thighs, your pelvis, and then take the arms alongside your body and spin the fingertips away from your head. So the thumb would be facing to the front. The forefingers are reaching behind, like we did in that wide-legged forward fold. Bend all the fingers and press the fingertips down into the mat. You can take your arms wider if that feels better on your shoulders. With the pelvis and legs and feet grounded and the navel drawing in, push down into the fingertips. Inhale, lift the head of the arm bones up away from the floor, lengthen the crown away from the tailbone, and lift up into a form of Shalabhasana. Reach your toes away from the pelvis, lengthen the top of your head, the top of the ears away from the shoulders. Breathe full and wide through the back of the heart. One more breath in. Exhale, release, hands by ribs, and inhale into Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes and press yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Hold it here for a moment. Big breath in and exhale it out. Let's go on to the second side. Left leg lift. Keep lifting up from that inner thigh and shift forward into your three-legged plank. Do two more. We're going to hold it on the third, just briefly. Three-legged dog once again. Shift forward into your three-legged plank. Last time. Three-legged dog. Three-legged plank. Hold it. Bring the left knee into the chest and step the left foot through. Make sure you are at hip distance. Scissor the legs towards each other. Press down firmly, rise up. And bend your back knee a little bit here. Big breath in. Now open up. Take the right hand back. Open up into your, I like to call it like a high camel lunge. Or I guess you could call it revolve. And then slowly come back into your lunge. And now open up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So pull the left hip back. I'm going to use my block on the second side. Pull the left hip back and push it towards the midline as you spin that right inner thigh back. So the toes are pointing in ever so slightly. Turn your left palm up, go ahead and reverse. Reach the right hand around to the small of the back or to the hip crease and open up in your Viparita Virabhadrasana. We have to rewire our brains to move from expecting all the negative to looking for more positive things. Slowly pass through and then take the left hand down to the outside, either to your block or to the floor. Push the inner part of the bicep into the outer knee. Take a full breath in here and then start to spin from the left side over to the right. Take the right shoulder back. Gaze can be up or you can look down towards your left foot. On your next inhalation, slowly straighten out your left leg. Keep a slight bend to the knee. Or half bound triangle pose. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly release. You can come back up, take a moment here, release the arm, and then cartwheel the hands down and step back into plank once again. Rest your knees, lower all the way down, bypass chaturanga. So we're coming back to that form of locust again, but we're going to add in a leg lift. So bring the legs a little bit wider. Sweep your toes back and ground the tops of your feet. Arms come back wide or closer towards the sides of the body. I personally like a little bit wider. They're actually off the mat. Bend all the fingers, press them down. On the inhalation, lift up, lengthening, reaching the crown away from the tailbone. Hold it here. Then on the next inhalation, draw your attention to the inner right thigh. Squeeze it and lift from that inner right thigh. Spread the toes of your right foot as you press the left foot down. Keep the arms strong. And then release, but keep the lift of the upper body, but lower the right leg. Move the attention to the left inner thigh and lift from that point. Lengthen as you lift, like we did in our planks or three-legged planks. Squeeze your fingertips into the ground. Lift, lift, lift. We need a little fire. We need to get that spark. And release. Let's try for both now. Inhale, lift the upper body. And then lift the legs. But keep the arms down. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And release. Hands by ribs. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes. Rest yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Hold it here. Take a moment to reflect. And maybe even take a moment to take care of yourself. Have some water. Check in with how you feel. And more importantly, or as importantly, notice what was the source of that feeling, the emotion that you're having right now. I say it in pretty much every class. The more aware we become, the more information we gather, the more power we have over our life. All right, after your next exhale, go ahead now and reach your right leg up. Three-legged dog, lifting from the inner thigh. Bend the knee and step the right foot through. Again, making sure you are at hips distance, pull your feet towards each other. Inhale, rise up. On the exhalation, wrap your right arm underneath your left. So option one, returning to you to show you this. You can stay here, you can bring the back of the hands together, or continue to wrap the arms around each other till the palms connect. Whoops, okay. So pull the right hip back, squeeze in, lower the left shoulder a little bit. Get a little protraction here, so move the elbows forward, separating the shoulder blades, and then lift them up and curl it back. You gotta really pull the feet towards each other. Really squeeze into the center here to hold yourself up. One breath in, lift up on the exhalation, lower into warrior two legs, and then bring the hands, the arms, bind a little bit over to the left. And then as you unwrap the arms, you're going right in to reverse warrior. Pass through warrior two and cartwheel your hands down to the upper right hand corner of the mat and float your left leg for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Keep a slight bend to the right knee. You're gonna take a full breath and lengthen the spine, and on the exhalation, slowly start to turn your head, even if it's just to look over to the left, but not necessarily all the way up. We're going to lower that back leg into crouching tiger. So bend the right knee more. Reach to the back of the mat, left toes turn out. Bend the left knee as you straighten out the right. Right hand comes down by the right foot, left arm reaches up. Keep a slight bend to the right knee, spread the toes, press your heel down and press your heels towards each other. Move the inner thighs back, create lots of space. The more space we can create, the more joy we can draw in. Go ahead and shift back to the front of the mat. Heel to your right foot off to the right, lower your left knee. Pad your left knee up. This is where you could utilize your strap. You can stay up on your palm or come down onto your forearm. Go ahead and, so to take this a little bit further, you can rock onto the baby toe side edge of your right foot, but if you're gonna take that option, pull the toes up. Okay, you don't have to, the foot can stay down. Pull the left heel towards the buttocks. Right thumb to left inner wrist crease. Trace the thumb up to the armpit. Big breath in, keep your gaze looking down to the middle of your mat. Open up, take the thumb, across the chest to the head of the right arm bone and reach back to connect hand to foot. Draw the shoulders towards each other. Spread the toes of your left foot. Take a breath in. Exhale and explore, bringing that heel closer to the buttocks to get more opening through the front of your thigh, your left thigh. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly release it. Plant your right hand, pick up the left knee and step it back. Downward facing dog. Let's do regular vinyasa, if you will. So shift forward into your plank. You can choose to take it into up dog if you want to, or cobra, up to you. And then we all meet up in downward facing dog once again. Big breath in, bigger breath out. Okay, let's move on. Left leg lifts. Left knee into the chest, step the left foot through. Organize your feet, your legs, hug in, rise up. Wrap the left arm underneath the right. Once you have it, lower the right shoulder a bit. Big breath in, lift the ribs up away from the pelvis, and exhale, curl it back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open up into your Virabhadrasana. So lower the back heel and take your rock over to the right. Draw that left hip back. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale and wrap the arms. And exhale, curl it back into your reverse warrior. You can bring your right arm around to the inside of your right thigh. You have that external rotation happening at that right shoulder. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Let's cartwheel into our half moon. So you can hop the right foot in a bit, reach to the upper left-hand corner approximately. You just want the wrist in line with the shoulder. Draw the left hip back as you spin the right inner thigh up. Take the right arm up. Either stay looking down or begin to turn your head as you roll the right shoulder and hip over to the left. Slowly bend the left knee and reach to the back of the mat with the right toes. Crouching tiger. Shift forward to the front of the mat. Pivot or heel toe the left foot over to the edge. Rolling onto the baby toe side edge or keeping the foot grounded. Pull your right heel to the buttock. Left thumb to right inner crease. Trace the thumb to the armpit, big breath in and exhale, open up into your twisted monkey lunge, gaze and stay down towards the mat. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other, slide into the hips, press the left foot into the right foot, into the left hand. Toes are spread. Explore drawing the heel closer to the buttocks. Find that joy in the midst of all the other things that are happening. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Take it back into your downward facing dog. Ripple forward into your plank. And this time we're lowering all the way down. Take the legs a little bit wider. Super slight turnout at the hip. Super, super slight. Now I'm doing this because that feels good for me, but if you have that slight turnout, it doesn't feel great for you in your hip, come back to neutral with the hips. So no lateral rotation, okay? But wherever you are, press the tops of your feet down, heavy the pelvis, draw the navel area in, and take the arms alongside the body. So just as we've been doing all morning, tend all the fingers and press them down firmly into the mat. Like really claw your fingertips, building some strength here in the fingers as well. On your inhalation, lift up into your back bend. Keep the legs strong. Keep reaching the top of your head away from the pelvis and keep reaching the fingertips back, even though the arms back, even though you're pressing the fingertips down, you're still lengthening everything. On your next inhalation, draw your attention to your toes and spread them and lift them up. And release. Now take the hands, continue that journey. Take the hands now to the inside of your thighs. Now the shoulders might want to shrug forward. So on the inhalation, you're going to create some resistance here with the hands and the thighs. So as you press the palms into the thighs, squeeze the thighs into the palms. Draw the shoulders back and lift up into Sarpasana, snake pose. Breathe into the back of the body as much as you can. One more breath in and exhale, release. You can make a pillow with your hand. Let your forehead rest for a moment. You even remember a time where you felt joyful. Do you remember what you were doing? Even if you weren't able to, let's say you were at a dinner, you were out with friends, or wherever you were in a store buying something, even if you cannot recreate the moment that you felt it, maybe if you can remember the emotion, the feelings, the whole vibe of the situation, and recreate it in your mind, that is one way you can go back to that joyful state. And this is what we're working towards being able to do with the mind, is to control those thoughts, give them more direction, so they're not so random and taking us to the things that make us feel bad. One of the other underlying things that we always learn in yoga is that we forget. We're like always forgetting how great we are and that we're supposed to feel good and have everything that we desire. So the more we can control, and like I said in beginning of class, rewire the brain, the better. But it takes practice. So from this point, you can choose to move into a child's pose or perhaps a downward facing dog, whichever calls to you most. Even if you start in child's pose, let's all end up in a downward dog. Slide the hands by the ribs, choose where you want to go. Okay. If you are in downward dog, make this like super, super powerful. Legs are working as hard or as strong as the arms. So you're looking at pressing the belly of the hamstrings back and up, and then guide the heels down towards the mat. Squeeze the outer shin and roll the inner thighs back. Create lots and lots of space here, but also lots of strength at the same time. Okay, one more big breath in and out in your dog, and bring your right shin to the front of the mat for pigeon. Knee more to the outside of the wrist. Pull the toes back on your right foot. Rest your left knee. Breathe. Come up on your fingertips. Draw the knees towards each other. Big breath in. Lift up. On the exhalation, lengthen and come down onto your forearm. And you're resting here. If you want to take it further, you can come down onto the back. Bring your forehead to the ground. Up to you. But just keep a little bit of that muscular engagement. Just focusing on your breath. And after your next Exhalation, come back up onto your hands. Let the right buttock come down and bring your left leg up and around. So you can stay here with the shin and the heel are in line with each other, or bring the foot to the outside of your right thigh. But whichever option, you want that left sitting bone down. Right hand to the left shin, take a breath in, reach the left arm up. You can reach the right arm up too, and twist to the left, and then anchor the right elbow on top of the left thigh. And open up here into your twist. You have the option to wrap the arm around the shin as well, if you prefer. And you can bring that right hand down to hold your right foot. Another variation here would be to take that right hand to the left foot, but hey, if I were to take that option, I would bring my left foot in front of the right shin. Yeah, that way. It's a super deep twist. Yeah. All right. After your exhale, take an inhale, reach up. And exhale back. Right hand comes down. You're going to lean over, take the left leg back, and push yourself back into pigeon, just long enough to step back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment. You can pedal it out here. And then let's go to the second side, left leg up, left shin to the front of the mat. Pigeon was a pose that sparked me a lot of joy. I love doing pigeon pose until I hurt myself one day and then I got really pissed off at pigeon. But I still like it though. It's still a nice pose. I'm not obsessed with it like I was at one point in time. Draw the knees in, lift up, and lengthen as you lower. Taking this as far as you want to go. I mean, you can come all the way down and let yourself be completely at ease here, but still drawing the knees gently towards each other. So you're not just collapsing down, you know? You want to have a little bit of that support to the pelvis and the joints. Start becoming really particular with the choices you make as it relates to cultivating that joy in your life. And after the next exhalation, you're going to slowly lift back up, taking your time. And then bring the left buttocks down and bring the right leg around. Make any adjustments, maybe grab a block or something to sit upon. And then you can inhale, reach up. Or you can just take the right hand up and open up, and then let the left one follow. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, left hand comes down. Go ahead and reach the, oh good, you have lots of time. The right leg back. Come back through center. And then take it back into downward dog. So just take a moment here to check in how you're feeling. Maybe you want a vinyasa here, or maybe you're ready to just come into constructive rest. The choice is yours. I'm going to go for a vinyasa just because. And then once you've done your vinyasa, if you've chosen to do that, you're going to make your way onto your mat into constructive rest. So feet wide, knees fall in. Arms wherever feels comfortable for you at this stage. Just take a moment here. What areas in your life could you use a little bit more joy, and how can you do that? What can you do to improve it where you feel more joyful about it? These are the questions, these are the things you have to contemplate. Well, I say have to contemplate, but maybe I should say should. I mean, yes, there are some of us who truly identify with being miserable because it's all we've ever known. So doing anything out of the ordinary, we're like, where it's not miserable or chaotic, we're like, what is this? We can't necessarily trust it or allow ourselves to believe in it, because for us, our entire lived experience is the opposite of joy. So it might be hard or it might be easy for someone of that nature to be able to identify. But do we really stop and think about what that feels like or even looks like for us? And then where can we bring more of it, or how can we bring more of it into the equation? What do we need to do or stop doing? Because right now we could be preventing ourselves from having more joy with our thought patterns, our beliefs, you know? So it's just take like a little inventory, if you will. Do some research, internal research. Go ahead and separate your knees and heel toe the feet to hips distance. Just going to get a quick little hamstring stretch in here. So bring the right knee into the chest. You can keep your left foot as it is, your left leg as it is. Hands to the back of the thigh, draw it in, and then push the foot up to the ceiling. Pressing the hamstring into the hands as you pull at the same time, lengthening the spine. So low back curve. You want to feel the low back and the top of the sacrum off the mat. Push the heel and the ball of your right foot both spread. Bring that same right leg now, bend the knee and bring it into a half happy baby. Holding on to the foot or the shin, keep the left foot grounded. And then release, right foot down. Let's do the same thing on the left side. Left knee into the chest, hug it in, and then a slow push and pull as you straighten out the leg up. Half happy baby with the left. And then release. From here, we can take it into a twist. So bring the legs all the way together. Two choices: draw the knees into your chest and then lower the knee, or keep your feet on the ground, scooch the hips off to the left a little bit, and then lower the knees to the right. Go ahead, the way back through center. Reset, and then go again. Scooch, and then lower. And after the next exhale, go ahead and make your way onto the back once again. We're going to finish up with bridge pose, Satubandha, Sarvangasana. You can make it restorative by sliding your brick underneath you, or you can make it more active, add a little spark to it. So feet planted at hip distance, arms by the side, palms can face down, and ground the palms into the earth. Energize, oh my goodness, energize and engage. Engage and energize your inner thighs and lift up on your inhale. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back of the heart and then press up a little bit more, bringing your chest to your chin. Keep that energizing of the inner thighs. You can turn the palms up here as well. And then slowly release it. Constructive rest, just for a moment. Push the knees into each other and release. Separate the knees, stretch the legs long and wide. Shavasana time, final relaxation. Even though it's not traditional to be seated on your belly or on your side for Shavasana, of course, if any of those other shapes feel better for you, you are welcome to take them. Gather whatever props you need to feel completely at ease and joyful in your Shavasana. And then allow yourself to be at peace for the next few minutes, just focusing on your breath. Once again, becoming aware of your breath and allowing your awareness to extend and expand throughout the entire body. Slowly starting to wake yourself up, coming back into the body, coming back into the space, being aware of your surroundings, and making your way up into a comfortable seated position, bringing the hands to the heart. Spark joy as often as you can. I'd like to thank you so much for sharing your amazing energy with me this morning and trusting me to guide you through your practice today. And let's close our class with the sound of Om. Take a breath in and exhale for Om. Inhale. Om. Be free, be true, and always be blessed be.